I see John already in there. Steve's in there. Matthew, Brian Griffin. So, nice game tonight was the last thing I saw in chat. All you got to do is go to youtube.com and then just search 98.5 The Sports Hub and bing, bang, bop, bing, bop, boom, boom, bing, bop, bam. That's what you got to do. Anyways, something was smelly at the Garden tonight. Smelly. I think we know the state of the Boston Bruins right now. We get it. The Bruins have 2 more games to go. And, well, the effort is minimal. Did they try? Yeah, probably. But do you know where things got a little smelly tonight? And you know what? By the way, when I say smelly, I'm in. In on the Bruins. Quiet quitting. Because that's what they're doing right now. They're quiet quitting. And it's good. Because right now there is a drive for 5. We've been starting it for weeks. Right now they're a top 4 pick. They still have a shot at the number 1 pick. It's real. It is real. So, what I mean by smelly, 4 third period goals versus Chicago? Also, 3 of those goals within 93 seconds. You can wave to everybody, Josh, on your walk by. There he is. Hey. Josh the intern, everybody. There he is. Thank you for that. Of course. No, thank you. But, again, just to recap one more time for those that missed the Bruins game tonight or didn't watch or listen or anything, they lost 5-2, which is good. Lose the rest of the games. Lose them all. Get a better draft pick. But 4 third period goals against one of the worst teams in hockey. 3 goals in 93 seconds. And Nick Foligno, Ryan Donato, and Tyler Bertuzzi. Those guys, former Boston Bruins. All of them. Former Bruins. Now, I think it's smelly. But I'm in on it. You got to stink. You got to try hard, but you got to stink. You got to get your goals by David Pastrnak. You got to get your geeky goals. Got to get them. Everybody else, quiet quitting. So, my opinion is that I don't want to use the word tank, okay? When you stink, it's hard to tank. Maybe in hockey, I don't know. But the way this game was 1-1 and then just kind of got out of hand, seemed like there was a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Very passive-aggressive performance is what I would say. So, Skaz, I look at Foligno, Donato, and Bertuzzi as guys that scored, former Bruins, and I think it was a little smelly. Could it be something else that I'm missing here, too?
Well, I mean, it certainly seemed like they had the scouting report, Joe.
Oh, Jeremy, you talking about Jeremy Swayman?
Yeah, it seemed like that blocker side was. I know the last one was glove side, I believe, but it seemed like they were certainly when they had the opportunities, they were picking that spot. So yeah, tough night all around. I mean, just an ugly game. Anytime a team scores 3 goals on you in a minute and 35 seconds, it's not good. I feel bad for Ty Anderson. He's putting more lists out, more lists with this team. It's not good. Not good.
So when I say smelly, this is the Chicago Blackhawks, guys. What is their record, by the way?
Not good, Joe.
Should I even look it up? What do they? How many wins does Chicago have this year? Let's pull this up. After the win tonight, they have 23 wins. I wasn't even going to give them 20. So somehow Chicago scored 5. Oh, another game where they lost giving up 4 goals. What? How many wins again now, Skaz? Still the one, by the way, just in case you want to track that one too. I'm fine with it. I just want you to know that the way that they lost tonight, it was not a spirited effort. Maybe when it was 4-2, maybe that's when it was like, hey, maybe they're not quitting.
You have 2 guys, David Pastrnak and Morgan Geekie.
You literally have 2 guys.
Those are the only 2 guys I see on a nightly basis for this team. Everybody else, they come and go.
Should we talk about David Pasternak's incredible, ridiculous? What did they say? He had 5 goals and 8 assists. No.
He was involved in 13 straight goals for the team, which is like the longest streak since Yager in like 98 or something like that.
And I think they said tonight he's got 14 points in 5 games or something.
Feel bad for the guy. He is no help.
Morgan Geekie's on a 9-game point streak. 7 goals, 10 assists.
It's Pasta and Geekie, Joe. That's it.
So we have a social that's about to come out. Josh is making it. He's editing it. It's in the air fryer as we speak. Just a hypothetical here, Skaz, because I'm looking for some positives, but I'm happy with the negatives because I want the draft pick. Can Geekie, Lindholm, and Pasta be your top line next year?
No, that's not good enough.
Okay.
Has that looked like a top line?
Nope.
I mean,
but like what's going on right now though is just 2 guys.
I think Pasta and Geekie. I don't want Lindholm on a top line.
Neither.
I have not been. No,
but
he's fine.
Is Lindholm kind of helping them a little bit here, or is it just the 2 guys?
No, I mean Lindholm is he's quiet, but he does a lot of the small good things. But he's not a first line guy, at least not to me. The only time he was a first line guy, he had Gaudreau and Kachuk on his line, I think, and they were elite level players that year. So I wouldn't do that to Geekie or Pastrnak. They need talent, Joe. They have a lack of talent, high end talent. They got a lot of work to do.
A lot of work. I wrote down, I scribbled what the team could look like next year without free agency. Just what they have.
Joe, they need free agency.
Oh, do they need free agency? So again, this is what they'll be if it's, no free agents. Lindholm, Pasta, Geekie, right? Middle stat would be their second line center with Zacha, and right now it's Kastelik. Their third line would be Sminton, who I like to call him, Minton, Patra, and Lauko. And then it would be Beecher, Hustadinov, our guy, and Kepke. Woof.
Joe, if I'm gonna condemn way too early mock drafts, I'm gonna have to condemn way too early Bruins projected lines for next season.
I was just, like I said, tonight I was looking at it.
You're flipping the page. You're done.
Oh, it's bad.
Yes, but to your point, woof. That is not very good.
Can I give you one more woof?
Please.
And are young defensemen coveted in the league? Like, don't you think young defensemen are coveted?
Of course.
This Mason Lohrei guy's got to go. And I say got to go for a couple of reasons. He's going to get a contract extension, right? At some point. Maybe he could be better on another team. I don't know. If you want to make a move, right, or somehow do something, I don't see him as a part of their future. If they want to be good, Lohrei is not a part of it. And what I mean by it is he tradable? Because tonight, woof, he was horrendous. Why does he stand out to me? What is it about him? Why do I see him all the time? Is it because we're not seeing McAvoy and everybody else? And oh, by the way, McAvoy shut down for the year. What, do we ever get we haven't got anything on that, by the way? Just the whole got a shot in his shoulder and we haven't seen him since. Just that's it. He skated one day. What's all that about? Anyways, Mason Lohrei, if they could get anything for him, do it.
I'm out on that.
So you're not ready to give up on Lohrei?
No, he's played like 100 games in the NHL. He's 24. He's big. He can skate. They have no one, Joe. He doesn't have a McAvoy. He doesn't have Hampus Lindholm. Like, it's him. He's been left on an island.
Okay.
I'm not blaming Mason Lohrei.
I think he stinks.
Look, has he been good this year? Absolutely not. But he's also 24 and he skates very well for a defenseman of his size.
That's why I just wonder, could you just
and then what do you have, Joe? You have nothing.
Well, I don't know. Could you
some team's going to give you a huge asset for a guy
I'm not saying huge. Could you add him to like a salary dump?
You're not in a position to be dumping 24-year-olds with potential for salary. The team's not good enough. They need guys like that might pick it up.
I'm looking for anything right now. You've seen me reach before and hurt myself. I'm scratching my back with a stick right now. Like, I don't know. They stink. They stink. By the way, Riley Duran, shout out to you, bro. Was he from Woburn? We could meet at the Brick House later.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, you've been to the Brick Yard or Brick House? Whatever. It's very good out there. They got good pizza and wings. So shout out to you, bro. So this from the Joe Murray research team. Since the trade deadline, Chicago has more points than the Bruins. Can you believe that? 10-9. By comparison, the Blues have 27 points since the deadline. Ottawa has 23. That would be Jim Montgomery and Linus Ullmark.
Joe, would you like a stat I just came across from tonight?
It's going to make me vomit? Because I've been woofing a lot.
Joe, would you like to guess how many saves Jeremy Swayman made in the third period?
He stinks. Okay. I this is what I know. Okay, this is what I know. They gave up 4 goals in the third period, right? I'm going to take the guess I want is 0. But I'm going to say 1.
Jeremy Swayman made 0 saves
yes!
in the third period. Chicago scored 4 goals on 4 shots. Swayman gave up 3 of them. 1 was the empty netter.
Quiet quitting. Now, listen, I don't know, right? I mean, he's been bad. They know him. There's a scout report. It's smelly.
0 saves in the third period? 0 saves in the third period? What are we doing?
So all 4 shots were goals.
Good percentage.
That's good. Very good. Joe Math, that's 100%. Joe Math, 100%. He stinks. Well, we got some moves. We're going to send them out on social. The moves that Josh asked. What would be your 3 moves for the Bruins? I would suggest everybody to go over to social. I'm going to go post it right now on Instagram. I'm Joe Murray, if you want to go check that out. After the game, I feel like my 3 moves might be different now. They stink. I know it's bad. They said retool is what they said. So, again, just projecting 2025-26 Bruins without free agency. Geeky Lindholm Pasta, Zaka Middlestat Kastelik, Minton, Patra, Lauko, Hustadinov, Beecher, Kepke. Oh. They should send Swayman home. Then there's also a part of me that's like, just let him rot. just let him rot. God, this is terrible. Who went to the? Did anybody go to this game tonight? I want to know. Are you driving home right now? What do you think? What do you think about my take on Lohrei? Lohrei, doom, doom, He stands out to me, dude. He stinks. You're right. There's nobody else. It's probably, it really just must be like a sore thumb because he stinks. But he's 24, he's young, and he's played 100 games. And, he stinks. I'm sorry, that guy stinks. Anyways, I didn't look at the rest of we haven't done a lot of hockey breakdowns of late. You notice that?
I have noticed that, Joe, yes.
What did Zadorov? Let's see I just want to know what Zadorov did.
I believe Nikita Zadorov, new father today.
Okay, that's good. Well, that's good.
Yeah, there you go. One positive, Joe.
Played 24 minutes tonight. Had one shot on net. He had 4 hits.
Hey, he had more shots on net than Jeremy Swayman had saves in the third period.
Oh. What about this Henry guy from Buffalo there? How's he been doing? 21 minutes tonight. 2 shots? See, I don't know what they're going to do with these restricted free agents and guys that they traded for, et cetera, et cetera. But, they can't give up any assets. So, to your point, they probably shouldn't give up any assets. But I do think that instead of spending in free agency, is Mitch Marner going to come to Boston for $14 million a year? Can they afford to pay Mitch Marner $14 million a year? Would he even come here? I don't know. But looking ahead, they need a lot of help. They need life rafts. They need rafts and boats to literally rescue them. And Don Sweeney's the guy to fix this? Well, that's the most Bruins talk we've done in a while. You coming home from the game? Let's talk about it. 617-779-0985. We'll get a quick look at the headlines. We'll tell you what happened in the Red Sox game tonight and what's up at the Masters. Somebody already told me my Lohrei take is, Joe, when someone starts with, Joe, I love you, you know it's coming, right?
But
your take is awful. You can't blame the season on him. Blame it on Swayman. I'll give you that he's a huge offseason for Lohrei to get his body where it needs to be. I'm only looking at it as maybe a positive to trade him. That's my take. The take is trade him to maybe get something else. Maybe throw him into something. I don't know. He stinks. All right, people are coming home from the game. Let's get the headline here. I'm Joe Murray.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports.
He scored! What a blast by Pasternak! Waiting, Holiday free. Good night!
WBCFM and HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Essential Sports Hub headline. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins lose 5-2 tonight. They get goals from Morgan Geekie and David Pastrnak. That's it, though. It has the stat of the night here, presented by Skaz. 4 goals on 4 shots in the third period. Not good for Chicago. They'll play Pittsburgh on Sunday and then wrap up the season on Tuesday versus the Devils. Red Sox won tonight. That was cool. 4-3 on a Trevor Story infield single. Walker Buehler went 6 1/3, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts in this one. Brennan Bernardino, the winner. And at the Masters, Justin Rose has a 3-stroke lead at 7 under. Scotty Scheffler just 3 strokes back. Headlines are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss, the official weight loss program of the Red Sox. Make this season your season with the solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss. I'm Joe Murray, and I'm crazy.
Get the app.
There's the potential there for big stuff.
98.5, the Sports Hub app. Get the app.
98.5 the Sports Hub. Curious about the Bruins and coming home from the game, how you feel. I think tonight was I don't want to use the word tank. That was a tank job. That was that was smelly. It was smelly. All right, well, this is the place. We're here till midnight tonight. 617-779-0985. You can also join us on YouTube as well. Dual Box is telling me Zadorov scored. They scored 2 goals. One was Geeky, one was Pastrnak. Okay, well, can't believe everything you read there in chat, right? Steve says tank, Tank. Job, Job. Tank job. That's right. Somebody is ready for the WNBA draft as well, J Buck. So, well, we're not going to do that tonight. But if you want to call in on the Bees and you're coming home from the game, let's hear from you. Start with Dylan. He's in the car. What's up, Dylan?
What's going on, Joe?
Hey.
This game, it was absolutely atrocious watching that third period. I almost vomited in my seat, but then I realized the tank, so I sort of cheered when Chicago took the lead. One takeaway was the young kids looked good today. I thought Lysell had a strong performance on the defensive side, and he had a few generating opportunities. Mittens looked good. But you've been talking a lot about Geeky and Pasta next year. They have to re-sign Geeky, and I'm not sure he might take his money and run because I'm not sure if they were going to lowball Marshall.
No, I think we lost you, buddy. They can't let Geeky walk. But how many guys have scored 30 and bounced and gone? Like, do I think Morgan Geeky's a consistent 30-goal scorer? No. But do I think he's someone who's developed into being potentially? I mean, right now, if you look at position-wise, right? I mean, what's the difference between him and Zacha right now?
He actually puts the puck in the net.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you would expect Zacha to, because he can do multiple things and play 2 positions, etc. But yeah, listen, they got the money to sign Geeky. I don't see why they wouldn't. But what's a number for in your head, Skaz? Do you think he's a $5 million player? See, I don't think he is, but he's probably going to get it.
Yeah, NHL contracts are definitely not my strong suit, but I don't know. I just worry about, he didn't play a ton of games, but like he played 73 games for Seattle in 21-22. He scored 7 goals.
Yeah.
Next year he played 70 games, 9 goals. Last year he played 76 games, 17 goals. So like, good for him. I hope he cashes in. You always want the players to get their money, but I think the Bruins should make him, if you say it's 5, maybe 4.5, something like that. They have so many holes to plug. I think he's a guy that they should really try and lock up. But with this team, Joe, you know how it goes. I don't have confidence in any of that.
What about him scoring 30 goals on this horrible team? Is it more about the team? Like, if he's a 30-goal scorer, you probably stink, right? Is that like the way to look at it? Or is it impressive what he's doing? Like, he's developed, right?
You can take. I mean, it depends on how you want to look at it, Joe. You could say, well, someone's got to score, or you could say it's impressive that he does. But he also has Pastrnak. I think that helps. One of the top 10 players in the league who racks up points for his line mates. I would say that certainly helps. So I don't know. What does he look like on a different line, or with more talent around him? I think those are all reasonable questions, and Pastrnak certainly gets a lot of attention when he's out on the ice, and that benefits him as well. So that's a decision the Bruins are going to have to make. I think he's a guy they should look to keep, but we'll see what the contract ends up being.
All right, let's talk to Matt in Kingston. Hey, Matt.
Yeah, this is actually dual box, and when I said Zadorov scored, I meant like,
like he scored having a kid. Dual box. All right, buddy. Well, now I get it. He scored, and he got one past the goalie.
I'm really worried. I'm a huge Beast fan. I'm really worried about this team. Like, you go into this offseason, I feel like Sweeney has just such a huge hill to climb, and I just don't want to be stuck in a position where we're looking at like the next 5 or 6 years of just really dreadful hockey. What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to actually make like impactful moves and actually like put together a meaningful team come October, or are we just going to are we looking towards what we're looking at now of just mediocrity? I'll let you guys talk about it.
Man. I think in somehow, some way, they're going to have to support Pastrnak and Swayman. I don't know how much more they can protect Swayman, with all the money that they have with their defensemen. Like, between McAvoy coming back and Lindholm coming back, that's pretty solid, right? It stinks, but those are you probably have to start there. I think you have to continue to let the players that you've traded for develop as well. You know, like, I kind of like what I see from Hustadinov, to be honest with you. I don't know if he's is he a top 6 player? I you know, if he got more playing time in maybe a full year, maybe he is. But I just went over the lineup for next year. Like, if they don't make additions, and I don't know about Lysell. Like, can anybody take a jump? I really don't know. But you have to support. At this point, you have to support Pastrnak. Nick is in the car. Hey, Nick.
Hey, how you doing?
Yo.
3 quick takes. It was really interesting to see 3 former Bruins score goals tonight. Second take is I did not hear one "Let's Go Bruin" chance until maybe 4 minutes left in the third period. And the third take, the gentleman I was sitting with said the injury to Hampus Lindholm is probably one of the worst you could have as a hockey player, and he doesn't foresee him coming back the same player. I wanted to get your thoughts on that. I think it's the same injury that Kevin Miller had, which ended his career a few years back with the Bruins.
Don't want to hear that. I think Lindholm, as far as being on the ice and a player, they need, and that supports Swayman. I don't want to look at it like this, but if he's not right and it is a Kevin Miller type injury, long-term injured reserve, that's a lot of money to take off, but you're losing the player, though. I don't want to speculate on that.
Yeah, my advice would be don't take injury advice from the guy sitting next to you at the Garden. But, I think Hampus Lindholm will be back next year. He was the Bruins' best defenseman when he was healthy this season. So, yeah, that's a guy that you need going forward.
Yeah. Listen, I know people don't want to hear this, but they have to support Swayman. I don't know. What I mean by support him is they got to get him right. They got to put guys in front of him. Like, it's not great. It's not great. I listen. I would get paid a lot of money if you wanted me to be the GM of the Bruins. You got to pay me a lot of money to fix this team. They're not going to take my advice. So I think it's up to Don Sweeney. I do. I think he's going to get another year. I think there was a plan at the deadline. I don't think Sacco's back, by the way. No. Sweeney, didn't Neely talk about this?
I think it was Sweeney. Apparently we missed this because we're here listening. We have Ryan and Bob. Apparently he joined Judd and Brick during the second period maybe and said Sacco is an option to be the head coach going forward, but they're going to weigh all I didn't hear the audio. I just heard, Twitter and, people in the chat saying that. But, yes, it appears that Sacco will at least, get a fair shake. They think basically, from what I was reading, it sounded like Sweeney said we didn't really give him a fair shot this year. I would agree with the team that's out there.
Mercenary. I watched the Celtic City documentary today when Larry Bird retired. I saw a lot of ML Carr on there. I mean, ML Carr was hired to do a job, and I think Sacco right now is a mercenary. Al dente pasta. Most seasons with 40 goals and 60 assists. 2 for the Bees. Phil Esposito, 6. Wow. Donnie! What's up, Donnie?
Hey, Joe. Love the show. You're making me depressed and frustrated, though. I just went to the game. I would have been better off buying tickets to go watch trash get dumped off at the dump. Pasta, I feel bad for him. We want to support Swayman. Let's support him to get that business degree because he'd be better off as a banker or mortgage writer. I mean, he's garbage. That's all I got to say.
All right, what would you do to support him?
What would I do to support him? I mean, you said lifeboats. We need lifeboats full of players that can actually do something. I was watching the end of the game. They're giving the puck away. They're tripping over themselves. It was disgusting. I hated it. It's like pulling your hair out while you're watching the game. It's terrible. They don't know what they're doing out there. The best part of the game was the intermission watching the Pee-wees. They played better puck.
Oh, dude, All right, yeah, real quick. I used to bet on those back in the day. Me and my buddy, we'd be like, is he going to score or not? We do that, the Dr. Pepper Challenge. You've seen that, right? Wasn't there a controversy this year on the Dr. Pepper Challenge?
I wish I was more versed in it, but yes, I do remember there was some, maybe they changed the way people throw, or they couldn't do the diaper toss basically anymore, where they do the 2-hand push. I don't know exactly what it was.
And then
but
recently there was a baby race. The fat baby won again.
always bet on the fat baby.
Always bet the fat baby. I love those intermission things. The Pee Wee kids. Oh, and again, I mentioned this. The old Foxborough Stadium before Gillette. They didn't know what to do at halftime. They would just do dog frisbee shows.
Oh yeah, you see that in college still every once in a while.
Dude, I love the dog frisbee. The
give me Red Panda.
I love Red Panda too.
Always.
Well, that's almost now. When I go to the game, if I don't get Red Panda, I'm pissed. You know, wicked pissed. Zach's in Rockland. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Joe. How you doing, bud?
I'm okay.
So Zach with the Dave's Hot Chicken.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, told you I was listening to call in. I just want to chime in with this Bruins talk. We are not that great this year, and I would contribute everything to management right now. And I think we need a whole rebuild here. And Morgan Geekie wouldn't give him more than $3 million. Like, no way in any shape or form. He is an average player at best. He's just productive on a team that is garbage right now.
I like that. I heard Dave's got some sliders. Is that true?
They got a couple in a couple different heat levels. I don't know which one is you know.
I like a mild with the sauce because, you know, like I love the Dave sauce.
Yes, the Dave sauce is exquisite. A little better than Raising Cane's, in my opinion, but, you know, it's up to the viewer and the taster, you know. That's fine.
We did a lot of chicken wing talk last night.
Yes, of course. So, but anybody to you in the station, whenever you guys are up for it, we have it all set up. We're going to send it out to you guys.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Take care. Got a guy's guess. I told Josh about this earlier, and he goes, "When's this going down?" So maybe we'll make it happen soon, Josh. Maybe your last day. Maybe we'll have a big chicken party. Jim is on the line. What's up, Jim? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Obviously, you know, we all see what we see. The best part of it was a $13 soda for my kid. It's embarrassing. They should have been paying us to taste test. It was awful. It was so disgustingly awful. And, you know, a lot of people are saying about rebuilding. They have a lot of money. They could rebuild. They can at least be functional next year with everybody coming back. But Pasternak is on an island by himself. He's so elite, it's sad to see. That guy is carrying the team by himself. And the reason Geekie has 30 goals is because he's playing with him.
Yep. Was it a souvenir cup that you got the orange soda?
Not even. A throwaway Coke cup, $13. It's unfathomable. It's honestly criminal, you know? And I make great money. It's just sad to see, honestly.
Jim, I'm very proud of you for making great money.
Not after tonight.
Thank you. Oh, he said orange soda. Oh, man, I love soda. Oh. This is where I told you I'm an addict. I am a Coca-Cola addict. I'm a soda addict. I haven't had soda in 3 years. If I was to choose an orange flavor, though, Skaz, Sunkissed was really good. I might go Fanta. There was a brand called Slice growing up. They also made a diet version called Diet Slice. Am I missing any other orange sodas? A nice icy orange is very good, even though it's not a soda. That was a staple growing up. All right, well, we're late. But it's because of you guys, because we love you. And we'll take more of your calls coming up next. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.1.
we have this gigantic fridge. I'll tweet it out later. But our great sponsor, Celsius now, which I love. And believe it or not, no sugar, 10 calories. It's a good alternative. I don't do like Red Bull or energy drinks anymore, and it's outstanding. But we now have our own fridge here. I'm 6'3". I think the fridge is maybe almost as tall as me. I might be wider though. We'll get into a lot of other stuff. I have tons of takes. There's some interesting odds on a player in the NFL that may be available. So I want to do that. But we'll wrap up some Bruins calls here. If you're coming home from the game, let's do it. Let's talk to Dave. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Joe. Yeah, I'm coming home from the game. I mean, I got a cheap ticket basically to just see Bedard play because I wanted to see him. But I think there are a couple things, though, that are getting the Bruins and a lot of the Boston. You know, I've been a Boston fan all my life, but a couple things getting us in trouble. And one is nostalgia. You know, we're a very nostalgic city. I mean, Gerard Mayo and Vrabel, Patriots coaches, and Sweeney and Neely with the Bruins. You know, the general manager of the Carolina Hurricanes, Eric Tulsky, he's got a PhD in chemistry at UCal. He worked 10 years in nanotechnology. I don't even know what that is. He has 27 U.S. patents as of 2024. This guy is smart. He got Rantanen, and he didn't hold on to him, but he knew he wasn't going to sign him. And guess what he got? A bunch of draft picks. You have smart people in this industry. That's great. Sweeney and Neely, they were great players. But you need smart guys, and I just don't think those guys are that. Second, and I'll let you guys talk, is that, you know, unfortunately, we always want to win in the city. We always want to win. But you know what? Sometimes you can't. And 2 years ago, that bit us, and we traded away picks. And we have the worst prospect pool in the whole league right now, and we're paying for it now. And we're stuck in the middle. And you want to see a team that's doing it right? I saw them tonight, the Chicago Blackhawks. They have so many number one draft picks out on that ice, surrounded by solid veterans that all scored tonight. They're doing it right. I'll let you guys talk.
Thank you. Well, you know, I think they need talent, not smart guys.
Joe, how many Stanley Cups have the Carolina Hurricanes won? Since, you know, in the last 15 years.
What? Have they won one?
They won one early 2000s with Cam Ward.
Okay, not the last 15 years.
No, not since Eric Tulsky's been there. No, they have not.
How many have the Bruins won?
0 since 2011.
Okay,
they've been, though, Joe.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm out on nerds for the most part. I don't need the guy who runs the hockey team to be in nanotechnology.
I don't either.
I would also push back on the Blackhawks being the example, too. Connor Bedard fell into their lap. They got very lucky. They also stink.
That Foligno deal, let me tell you.
Though. Yeah. Taylor Hall, how'd that work out for him? Yeah.
Like, what did they do with Taylor? What the hell kind of deal was that? Actually, I'm out on that deal. That was bad. Out. I'll leave it at this caller who just called. If you want to move on from Neely and Sweeney, that's up to you. I just don't know who wants to fix this mess.
Yeah, I would also say, look at what happened to the Carolina Hurricanes during the trade deadline this year and the that whole situation there with Colorado and Dallas and how that all went down. So, yeah, I mean, sure, everything looks better from the outside, but I would say the people of Carolina, the fans, would say that team has underachieved over the last 5 to 10 years.
Somebody in chat goes, Jimmy Carter was a nuclear scientist and a peanut butter farmer. Cool.
Yeah, you want Neil deGrasse Tyson running the Bruins or something like that? No, thank you.
You know what? I'm running out of answers because, you know what, Kaz, I will say this. Remember we had Anson Carter on. We've had other people on. I've asked everybody. When I say, hey, who's the next coach of the Bruins? Nobody has an answer.
Anson Carter had one.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Joel Quenneville was his answer, which I would say, no thanks. Don't want anybody attached to that Blackhawks team. Another point to that guy who said the Blackhawks do it the right way. Maybe look up what happened to the Blackhawks over the last 10 to 15 years and how their treatment of players and behind the scenes and covering stuff up, the Davidson and Beach issue. Yeah, I would just say maybe look into it a little bit. You might be surprised.
My take on who the next coach should be. This is just a take. I would call Jay Pandolfo.
Well, he's coaching right now, Joe, as we speak in the Frozen Four. I think the first period just ended. But the only problem with Jay Pandolfo, I think he's waiting for his kids to get through BU.
Yeah,
that's what the rumor is.
Why would he leave BU?
Yeah, job for life if he wants it.
That's like who I want. That doesn't mean it's the right fit or any of that. I wonder if Jay Leach is still in the mix. They didn't make him the coach right away. Like, could he be the backup plan? He's been a part of what's going on here. It doesn't excite me, though.
The NHL is retreads. It's all they do. You get your Lavalettes, your Gallants, your Tortorellas, the guy that was on the Rangers for a while, Alain Vigneault. Like, they're all retreads. It's going to be someone we've heard of before that failed somewhere else or burnt out somewhere else. It's what the NHL does.
Anything else? We'll do one more Bruins call, and then we're getting a little too Bruined tonight. Too much Bruin. Get it? Bruin? Jason's in Derry. Hi, Jason.
Joe, how you doing? I agree with you on the Lohrei. If we can get something from him, he is horrible defensively. I don't know how many times this year when he's been on the power play, there's shorties going the other way. You missed out on Orange Crush, and I think if you get Geeks for like $5 million a year, you do it. Thank you.
I would look at maybe like 4.75 for Geeky, and that's about it. That's a lot, too. Did I say Orange Crush? Oh, I missed it. Now I feel like I should look up orange sodas. Orange sodas. I said Fanta. That was one of my favorite. Sunkissed. Ooh. Forgot about that. Rowdy? Never heard of them. San Pellegrino? Didn't know they did that. United's Orange Nectarine. What are these? Oh, Olipop? Never had that, but I've seen it. Feo? Culture Pop? Poppy? Oh, you mentioned Poppy to me before, Skaz. Oh, the Jones Orange and Cream Soda. Oh, I had that at a barbecue joint once. It was good. Evolution. There it is. Orange Crush. Sunkissed. Boylan Bottling Orange. I've seen this. I've never had that. Fanta number 2. Number 1. Who? Have you ever heard of this? Yarritos Mandarin Soda. It's been around since the 50s. They sell them at Walmart. I won't drink it, but I want it. Matt's in Braintree. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Joe. Well, you just took stole my thunder with the Orange Crush. That's what I was calling about. Great orange soda. I like the Sunkissed. So now they don't have any material left. I just got to say, I couldn't have agreed more with Skaz's take on Bill Parcells. That is a take Hall of Fame, and he just couldn't have been more right about how that guy should be nowhere near the Patriots Hall of Fame. And that's all I got now. So, thanks.
All right, dude. Appreciate it, Joe.
Thank you, Matt. Vindication, Joe. Raymond Berry should be in the Patriots Hall of Fame. Bill Parcells should not.
Raymond Berry in. Bill Parcells out.
If the world was just, Joe, yes. Raymond Berry went to the Super Bowl, didn't quit on his team. Much better record as a head coach. Coached for longer. Team was good. Bill Parcells, 500 record. Quit on the team. Abandoned them. Fraud. Left. He drafted all the guys that he gets credit for, but he also didn't have control of the groceries. Whole thing's a freaking fraud. Fraud. Bill Parcells' time in New England. You guys look back on it with rose-colored glasses.
You're right.
It's embarrassing.
You know what, Skaz? I want you to have that one. I'm not going to dismiss your feelings on it. I want you to have it and own it.
And I'm not calling Bill Parcells a fraud. He's a Hall of Fame coach. what you people think he did, his time in New England, is fraud. It's your revisionist history. You know, Brady Belichick did it all. It was not Bill Parcells. The guy quit. He quit on you in the Super Bowl. That should immediately get you, like, you know, ostracized, excommunicated, whatever you want to call it. But no, he's in the Hall of Fame. Pathetic.
Okay. I'm going to let Skaz own that one. I'm not even going to push back and tell him I was there. Don't you love that when someone tells you, I was there, Skaz?
Yes, you were there. And I'm sure when you were there, take yourself back to that time period, you were pissed at Bill Parcells. You were angry.
Pissed.
And if someone asked you then, should we put him in the Patriots Hall of Fame?
Do you know that I've sat next to Ted Johnson many of a time and said, hey, so when Parcells didn't go home with you that night, how'd you feel? He's got feelings on that.
I bet you he does, rightfully so.
He's got a lot of feelings on that one. I miss Ted. All right, well, let's get the headlines here. Hey, by the way, more Hall of Fame talk. We'll do that in the Red Sox one tonight. I got a couple of thoughts. And feel free to keep calling in. 617-779-0985. Skaz is all fired up tonight. I'm here as well, just chilling like an orange soda. Let's get the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins lose 5-2 tonight to Chicago. They gave up 4 goals in the third period. They did get goals from David Pastrnak and Morgan Geekie. Just 2 to go. Pittsburgh on Sunday, and then New Jersey on Tuesday. Red Sox walk-off winners tonight in 10 innings, 4-3 over the Blue Jays. Trevor Story with an infield single to win the game. Walker Buehler went 6 1/3. we already got a controversy. And by the way, there is a Hall of Fame finalist for the Patriots Hall of Fame. The Red Sox won tonight. It wasn't pretty, but they battled back. Bregman had an RBI single to start things off. Walker Buehler was great. 6 1/3, 4 hits, gave up 1 earned, 7 strikeouts, and over 89 pitches. It was great. But when he came out of the game, it was Wilson who blew it. Whitlock held it down, Chapman held it down, and Bernardino got the win. But Ruff Schneider scored on that wild pitch. That's what tied the game in the 8th. And then that new runner on second rule, which I still don't know sometimes how I feel about it. But they went up 3-2. Duran hit a nice single to score Sable. And then, what was the ruling on the hit for Trevor Story? Was it a hit? Was it an infield sacrifice? Like, what's the ruling on that? I don't care. Anyways, takeaway from tonight, they're swinging too hard. They are definitely trying to jack the ball out of the yard, and everybody is struggling because of it. And late in the game there, with runners on second base, twice they had a single to tie and an infield single to win. Imagine bunting. Just, I don't know. Is a bunt now illegal? Does a bunt not count anymore? Because I don't know. When you're struggling and have lost 3 in a row and you got a runner on second base, a bunt is okay. So that's my takeaway tonight. You're trying to hit the ball out of the yard and you suck at it. So I don't know. Maybe choke up on the bat, shorten the swing. An infield hit, which, by the way, still doesn't have an official score ruling yet, won the game tonight. Walker Buehler was good. They won 4-3. And you know what? They play 7 of their next 10 against the White Sox. Things should be looking up. Danny's in Danvers. Hey, Danny.
Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing tonight?
Good, bud.
How do you feel about this team going forward? I feel like they have a lot of upside, but it's like, especially the start of this year, I thought they were going to come out, be a wagon, and just start dominating. But you watch this team, and they're not putting the ball in play. Their approaches are terrible, and I really don't like some of Cora's in-game managerial decisions. Some with the pitching, I didn't like him take Buehler out. I understand it's earlier in the year, but he looked good. And then Wilson, he kind of gave that up. I just kind of want to hear your thoughts with the upside of the team. I really think that they could make it out of the AL. I just want to hear your thoughts on it.
My thoughts on it are eliminate the philosophy. They're not going to. They'll probably beat up on some bad pitching using their philosophy and win games. I thought they would be better than 7-7 at this point. I thought they'd be better than 7-7. I think the hitting philosophy is the issue. And I don't want to hear about cold weather, because if you're complaining about cold weather now, how do you play in October? Thinking about that, was today's game a little bit earlier? Was it warmer today? During the day? Huh. I wonder what if we could, maybe at some point, guys, we'll do a check-in on day games versus night games.
A little weather report. We've had some meteorologists call in before, Joe. We'll have to get them back.
But it was warmer earlier today, right? In the end, even though they won the game at 8 o'clock, they started the game warm. It was warmer.
Hey, putting balls in play, Joe. Good things happen.
Imagine. Trevor Story, I'm sorry, he stinks. Should I say he stinks? Does he stink? I think he's below average. How about that? Makes a lot of money for a below average guy. Oh, can we cross? May I cross sports? Is that okay?
Please.
Could the Morgan Geeky Trevor Story what?
Don't put Morgan Geeky in that category, please.
You're right. Morgan Geeky doesn't deserve.
He doesn't deserve. He's a young man. He's trying to establish
there's
himself.
There's no elements there or anything. It's just, I just
Maybe Elias Lindholm in Driver's Story? I don't know. Even Elias Lindholm doesn't deserve that. At least he's on the ice.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a guy having an anomaly of a season to basically the anomaly that Trevor's Story was in Colorado.
Hunter Renfroe when he hit 30 home runs as a member of the Red Sox.
That's a good one.
That was an anomaly.
How's Pipes O'Neill doing this year?
I don't know.
That was my guy.
He's being real Canadian somewhere.
Baltimore, I think. Andrew is in Winthrop, Massachusetts on the water.
Okay.
Wait, real quick. Let me give you an intro. I consider Winthrop part of the North Shore because it's on the water. Do you, sir?
Yes, it's part of the North Shore.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead. Your take.
You could make a case that the North Shore begins in Winthrop.
I do make
Right?
that case.
Okay, before we talk tuna, I just want to say, start with a question. When Ice Cube left NWA, who's the first artist that he guested with?
Oh, we talked about this. Did we talk about this, you and I, before?
You and I battled NWA versus who?
What are
Public Enemy.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I remember us talking.
Burn Hollywood Burn.
Yep.
Burn Hollywood Burn with Ice Cube.
Yep.
All right? Listen, NWA, they sound great, okay? I agree. All right? Eazy-E, awesome. They ain't no Public Enemy. No way.
No, okay.
All right. So, anyways, right? Raymond Berry ratted his players out after the Super Bowl, by the way, so he isn't golden either. Now, he does have a good record. But when Bill Parcells came to the Patriots, they were losers. They were, 1-13 or 1-14, whatever, how many games they had that year? They were losers. Parcells turned it all around. He made it exciting again, all right? Then they drafted Bledsoe. He beat Minnesota in that game. They made it to the playoffs. They drafted Curtis Martin. It was exciting, okay? He brought him right to that Super Bowl, and he stabbed him in the back. I agree, okay? But he belongs in that Patriots Hall of Fame. If you go to the Patriot Museum, we tried to find a picture of Bill Parcells. All there is in one, of those interactive exhibits, you can see, his arm. I mean, he was a character, and he was the Patriots, man, when they had Bledsoe that year. That was a very exciting part of Patriot history. And it all crashed when he left. And we're lucky that we were resurrected by Michelangelo in the year 2000, and the rest is history.
Hey, what did Raymond Berry, how did he route out the team? From what I remember, is he kind of took the heat of them not being able to protect the quarterback.
Okay, off the field, he ratted them out, that they all had drug problems after that Super Bowl year.
Oh.
He didn't name the players. They asked him in an interview. He's famous for giving up the players.
Yeah, but
right?
Not for nothing, but was everybody doing, for the most part?
They were all doing it.
Most athletes in the 80s, popular athletes in the 80s were doing drugs?
Sure. Yeah, he ratted them all out.
Yeah, but I mean, so he was a rat.
Yep.
He's like
he's a
Henry Hill rat or like a Eric Mangini rat?
Kind of in between. If I guess.
What kind of rat is he? Or is he like a Brad Marchand rat who scored his first goal with the Panthers tonight? Are we taking this to the top, guys? Or are we supposed to break already?
Yeah, we got another break. Okay. I just give you one little thing, Joe.
No, real quick on the rat. I had to bury the Bears T-shirt. I was too young. I was 4. So I don't recall the 80s. I remember Fridge Perry scoring because, they got their asses kicked. I almost swore.
They almost pulled a McCone.
Whew. Hey, have I heard that one?
Yeah, McCone slipping one by.
Do you know that I've watched the 85 Super Bowl before? I
have as well.
And it was I almost wonder if the Pats were on the take almost. Or the Bears. It was probably the Bears were that good. Probably. But that was a horrendous performance. How did they make the Super Bowl? Now, I know it's your take. I'm not going to push back on you. But I will tell you, that team that he put together, that Super Bowl team, Parcells did, I do think he put that together. Because he brought in a lot of his guys. It wasn't necessarily the team that he couldn't shop for the groceries for that you mentioned. like Dave Mega was a big part of that team. Keith Byers was a big part of that team. But I guess what I'm trying to say is the Packers were a Super Bowl winning team. But I think the Patriots were a really good Super Bowl team.
Because Bill Parcells brought in his guys.
Well, in your defense, Drew Bledsoe fell to, but they had to make the choice, and he made the choice.
So he was picking the groceries then.
You know what, Skaz? I think at some point you and Robert Kraft could probably agree that Parcells had more control of the staff.
Well, he certainly gets credit for all the good players they had.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I just give one other thing too, Joe, on this? Since Bill Parcells is the savior, the guy that turned the franchise around, brought the Patriots to the glory land, and then quit on them. Just for reference, Joe, just for context, the New England Patriots record from 1980 to 1989, 78 and 74. Joe, the New England Patriots record from 1990 to 1999, 68 and 92.
Oh, well, they were the worst team.
They had a 1-15 and 2-14 season.
Okay.
They also had a 2-14 season in the 80s as well.
I love your take because you're gonna die on it.
I'm just saying, Joe.
No,
I'm just giving you the facts.
But you can at least be open to the fact that the Patriots were so bad they were going to be literally abolished.
I can absolutely say that Dick McPherson and Rod Rust almost got the Patriots moved to Hartford or wherever it was.
No, but they almost got eliminated. They almost weren't like a franchise anymore.
Absolutely. I will agree with that.
And I would say Robert Kraft probably saved the Patriots more than Bill Parcells. If we really wanted to pull the straws,
I'm saving that one.
The Parcells debate is fascinating. It really is because, you could do this all day because Parcells was the one who said, "Hey, you want me to cook the dinner? Can I shop for the groceries?" And does get credit for all the grocery shopping and cooking the dinner. But wanted more control. Do you know I would love for you to talk to somebody else besides me about this. Because I'm not going to dismiss you, Scott.
You know who would dismiss me instantly is Beadle, I think, if he heard this take. I think he's a big Parcells to the Hall of Fame guy.
Do you think there'd be hand movements?
Yeah, probably. There's usually hand movements, yeah.
You know what? Beadle is very protective of the old Patriots. You ever seen? He's got great memorabilia at his house. I'll never forget the day I got to meet Hog Hanna in studio, by the way. And he had that Alabama accent. And he told me a few stories of Raymond Berry, but I don't remember anything about. That's what I mean. Ratted on the players. I never heard that before. I've never heard that.
Maybe sounded like a Bill Parcells guy scheming for something to come up with.
Yeah, I never. Again, I'm old, or I guess I'm young in this case. I'm young. All right, we got to go to break. Sorry. We don't get a lot of time anymore. Headlines were this hour of the sports was brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people such as Bill Parcells. I'm Joe Murray. Skaz is hot.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5.
Did very well. And at the Masters, Justin Rose, 7 under for the day. Scotty Scheffler, 3 strokes back. Headlines brought to you at Awaken 180 Weight Loss, the official weight loss program of the Boston Red Sox. Make this season your season for the solution of weight loss at awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
All right, well, let's go Patriots Hall of Fame here. There's 3 candidates. Adam Vinatieri, Julian Edelman, Logan Mankins. Sorry, Logan, you're out of this conversation. Sorry, sir. The correct answer is Adam Vinatieri. The one that everyone's going to vote for is Julian Edelman.
You think over Vinatieri?
Everyone's going to vote Edelman. Yeah, it's a pop. See, like that's to Skaz, if I wanted to double down on your take, it's that the fans have never voted for Bill Parcells to go into the Hall of Fame. Isn't the Patriots Hall of Fame a fan vote? Besides Kraft blessing Tom Brady to automatically go in, which he deserved.
Yeah, it would have been a close vote.
Parcells is only in here because of Kraft. I mean, that's the truth. Like, we don't need to really elaborate anymore. But Adam Vinatieri is now up for the. I mean, he's a finalist for the Hall of Fame, which he should get in next year. By the way, maybe with Bill Belichick. That's maybe even with Robert Kraft.
Maybe with Eli.
Every time we talk New York sports, I just look at Josh. I don't know why. People are going to vote Julian Edelman over Vinatieri. It's going to happen.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
I mean, Edelman deserves to be in, but
do you see what I mean by like? I hate to do the I was there thing. I hate to do that. Do people realize? Like Adam Vinatieri was part of that night. He was a rookie in the '96 Super Bowl. Now, what people will tell you is Troy Brown didn't. Parcells benched Troy Brown. Parcells, I know. Man, I'm just giving you fuel, huh, bro? I would have kicked it out of bounds. So, anyways, that's another story for another day. Vinatieri was on that team, dude. He played in, let's see, he played in 3, 4, and I think 2 with the Colts. 6? I think he played in 6 Super Bowls. He won 1 with the Colts for sure. And then remember Hank Baskett dropped one against the Saints? So I believe he played in 5?
5. A very quick Google search says.
Oh, no, you know what it is? 3 that they won. 4 was the one they lost in 96. Wait, he won 1 with the Colts.
Won 1 with the Colts.
He didn't go to 2 with the Colts?
I think Vanderjack might have been their kicker when they lost. Or maybe it was even after that. Oh, look.
So Manning only went to 2 Super Bowls? Wow. 2? Okay. I don't know why. I was... Huh. All right, well, 5 Super Bowls. He won 3. No, he won 4. I hope people can understand that Adam Vinatieri is the all-time scoring leader for the New England Patriots.
Yes, went to 5, won 4. 02, 04, 05, 07.
Okay. The Patriots franchise tagged him every year. This man who kicked game-winning field goal after game-winning field goal after game-winning field goal in huge games. I mean, the Raiders game alone was amazing. Amazing. He had other huge kicks, too, throughout his career. Like, he wasn't just a Super Bowl game-winning kicker guy. So, this is where I think some people miss the boat on Vinatieri. You could make the argument that Adam Vinatieri was the best player on the 0-1 team. Now, I'll lose the argument because Brady wasn't what he was. Ty Law was outstanding. He probably was the best player. Probably was. But he's right up there. On that 0-1 team, Vinatieri was one of their most dependable players. And they franchised him every year. And all he wanted was a long-term deal with money up front. Now, it's great when you get a franchise tag deal and you're the highest paid kicker. That's great. You don't get the guaranteed money. And you could make the argument that if he was on the team and they gave him the extension, he would have been the kicker for the 07 team that went undefeated and lost to the Giants. And in that game, they turned down a 47-yard field goal because they didn't want to go with the young kicker, Steven Gostkowski. Vinatieri was a weapon. He was a weapon. In my opinion, I think Adam Vinatieri did more for the history of the New England Patriots than Julian Edelman. This is not taking away from Julian Edelman being a 100-catch receiver or a Super Bowl MVP, because I don't want to diminish any of that. But the facts are the facts. Julian Edelman will not be a Hall of Famer. Julian Edelman has unbelievable postseason statistics. Unbelievable. So doesn't Adam Vinatieri. I hate to do it, but this is what we do here. It's a fan vote, and I'm just giving you the take. Vinatieri in. Edelman will get in at some point. This year, it's all Adam Vinatieri over Edelman. I'll tell you, I will die on the hill for Wes Welker over Edelman too. I'll die on it, Skaz. I might as well just post up. I'll get a sleeping bag. I'll learn how to make fire. I told you I won't survive in the wilderness, but I will survive that argument. And I'll keep saying this. Wes Welker did more in his Patriots career because he played for other teams, if you remember. Played for the Dolphins, played for the Broncos, played for the Rams. He did more with the New England Patriots than Edelman did in his whole career. So again, I don't think I am diminishing Edelman and what he did for the Patriots. It just wasn't as strong as Adam Vinatieri. It wasn't. Got anything for me on that one, Skess?
Joe, I'm with you on the Welker thing as well. I know that might be like that might be the biggest hill you're willing to die on, Joe, is Welker over Edelman. But
I already died on the Bailey Zappi hill, and I was damn right.
Yes. We don't need to revisit.
I got
Bailey
a raft.
Zappi.
I got rescued. They came and they brought me the raft, and they said, "Come
on."
A
lot of lifeboat talk.
They were like, "Come on, Joe, we got you. Come on."
Yeah, I mean, I think they should both be in.
I don't want to diminish Edelman because we know the story of Edelman, quarterback. Like there were so many people ahead of him, but he kept finding a way. But then he got hurt. Then he had a case of the drops. Then they made him a defensive player. Then he was just a punt returner. Like he could barely get on the field, but he was good. And when he finally got a crack and got an extension, he became one of the best receivers in the league. Now, would I put Julian Edelman in the ranks of some of the others like Calvin Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald and all them? Hell no. But that guy would put his life on the line for Tom Brady. And when Rob Gronkowski went down, Edelman's game went up. And when the games got harder, Edelman's game got better. Edelman was a smart player. He was gifted, but he wasn't gifted with hands. He wasn't gifted with, the body. He dealt with concussions. He had a knee injury, right? He had the knee thing. He had to retire or foot thing, right? He had to retire from it. Adam Vinatieri leaving the Patriots to go to the Colts should not leave him out. Skaz, I was at the game when Vinatieri came back with a Colt and they booed his ass. And I was pissed. By the way, the Colts destroyed them on Monday Night Football. Ozzy Osbourne came out and sang Crazy Train that night, too. That was cool. But when they booed Adam Vinatieri, I was pissed. I met Adam, so I'm biased. All right, I'm biased. I got his autograph. I got his one immaculate card, too. One of one, only one made. I have it. Autographed. I just, to me, there's a holy trinity when it comes to the New England Patriots. It's Kraft, it's Brady, it's Belichick, and it's Vinatieri. You might not like it, but that's where I am. And you know what? I'm sure that there will be people who will tell you Rob Gronkowski was more impactful than Vinatieri. If you want to make the argument, you can. All I'll tell you is Adam Vinatieri went out there in every situation. Every situation. Anything else, guys? I see you.
It's not relevant in any way, Joe, but I just thought you'd enjoy it. Just because I'm going through Vinatieri and Edelman and all their Wikipedias and just looking at statistics. Adam Vinatieri is a third cousin of Evel Knievel, Joe.
He was a football player, dude. He was working out with the guys. Like when they were on the sideline, usually like now you'll see punters and long snappers all hanging out. Vinatieri was like he was another guy.
The tackle.
Oh, Herschel Walker? Can we come back with that?
I'll find it.
Okay. In your opinion, right? Let's use Edelman and Vinatieri. What's the most memorable kick? Or what's the most memorable play for Adam Vinatieri?
It's the snowball.
And it's the kick to tie the game, not the one to win it. What's the most memorable play for Julian Edelman?
It's the catch in the Super Bowl against the Falcons. Not even a debate.
No, not even a debate.
Maybe the throw to Amendola is a second, but it's the catch in the Super Bowl. And for Vinatieri, it's probably the Rams kick is his second moment.
Well, he won all 3 games with a field goal. Literally. You're going to make the fans vote on this? Vinatieri's not going to win. You know why? Because he went to continue on his career in Indianapolis with their biggest rival to go play indoors and win another championship. The fans remember, Skez. All right, I'm late. But I was very passionate about that. Take a quick break. We'll get. I see you guys on the phone lines, too. I want to hear that Herschel Walker play, too. We'll do that as we're here till midnight tonight. I'm Joe Murray.
You're listening to Joe.
just under 6 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. And here's Herschel Walker. Oh, he found the opening. Vinatieri is back. Walker inside the 40. It is a foot race. Vinatieri diving to haul him down. Oh, the kicker ran him down, Marv. It's a 70-yard kickoff return by Herschel Walker.
Watch Vinatieri at the very end of this, but before he gets there, the key block's up front by the wedge people. Just muscling room for Herschel Walker to find it, and now, actually, Vinatieri doesn't even have the angle on him, Randy.
Closing speed. I've never used the term closing speed with a kicker.
I'm putting him on my fantasy football team tonight.
He's definitely on the defensive stats.
Believe that happened as well. Skaz, I just wrote down the top 25 players of the last 30 years. And I don't know how much I don't know how well my list, it's just my list, right? So like, it's just my list. But I have Vinatieri over the last 30 years as a top 25 player.
Like for the Patriots.
In general. I'll read it really fast. Brady, Manning, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Aaron Donald, Patrick Mahomes, Randy Moss, J.J. Watt, Ray Lewis, Adrian Peterson, Orlando Pace, Terrell Owens, Warren Sapp, Marshall Faulk, Drew Brees, Travis Kelce, Rob Gronkowski, Charles Woodson, Ed Reed, Aaron Rodgers, Darrell Revis, Larry Fitzgerald, Marvin Harrison, Derek Brooks, Adam Vinatieri. I might have left off Marshall Faulk. I'm sorry.
You have Gronk or Kelce on there?
Both.
Joe Thomas?
Left him off. I put Orlando Pace. Oh. If I had to choose between Pace, Ogden, and Thomas, I'd have to take both Ogden and Thomas. Ogden and Pace. Anyways, I won't. We'll do that another night. But I wrote it down. And Adam Vinatieri's on my list. You know who I left off was Troy Polamalu. I put Ed Reed on. Emma is in the car. Hey, Emma.
Hi. I just wanted to talk quick about the Julian Edelman thing for the Hall of Fame. So earlier in the day, Beadle was talking about how the younger demographic of fans is going to sway the vote in his favor. And I disagree entirely. I'm 22 years old. I wasn't even alive when Vinatieri won us the 2001 Super Bowl, but I voted for him twice today, and I am going to encourage all of my friends to do so. I think that we are educated enough and know enough about the Patriots to know that without him, the dynasty might have started later, if not, not at all, because that kind of gave us the oomph that we needed. And I don't know, maybe you disagree with me, but Beal certainly seems like he did. But I don't know.
Well,
I feel like I
won't call Beadle an ageist, but I won't dismiss your feelings on it. But I also think that the majority of the votes will be Edelman and not Adam Vinatieri.
I do understand. I mean, had it been Edelman and two other people, I absolutely would have voted for him. But where it's Vinatieri, he absolutely deserves to go in. And in a way, chronologically, he should be in before Edelman. He came before Edelman. Yeah, he left and went to the Colts, but and the Colts suck. But they don't suck, but we hate them.
No, but think about it, Emma. I think you're missing the story. He left the Patriots because of money to go to their biggest rival and won a Super Bowl and beat them.
Yes, but he also helped us win three.
But if you're gonna bring up the Parcells turn their back on the Patriots, do you do it with Adam Vinatieri?
So, I'm too young for the Parcells era. I have no problem with it. Or maybe not no problem. I kind of just don't care.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to hang up on you. Skaz, how do you feel about that one?
Vinatieri and Parcells not in the same conversation. If the Patriots paid him, he would have stayed here. I don't blame a player for going to another team.
I blame the Patriots 1,000%
Yes.
for Adam Vinatieri leaving.
Not the same.
And by the way, the reason why I like that Adam Vinatieri, the only reason why Vinatieri went to the Colts was because they played indoors.
Yeah.
He wanted to prolong his career.
He wanted to win.
He wanted to win.
And just to push, I agree with Emma. Joe, do you think 15 to 25-year-olds are going out of their way to vote for Patriots Hall of Famers?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, but Beadle and yourself saying that the young people are going to sway the vote.
Oh, Beadle said it. I just said
You agree?
I didn't say it.
You said you agree.
I didn't say it.
My only thing is,
there's a lot of stuff people think I've said over the last day or so that I definitely did not say.
I'm sorry, but I don't think the younger demographic is going out of their way to place Patriots Hall of Fame votes. I think that is the 25 to 45-year-old jort wearing, brewski wearing, Patriots fans that are casting those votes, and that's why I think it'll be Adam Vinatieri. I don't think Julian Edelman, fanboys or people that are, listening to Games with Names or whatever his podcast is, or girls that have crushed. And I'm not saying Emma is this because I think she was right, but girls who think Julian Edelman is cute or whatever it is. I don't think they're going out of their way to place Patriots Hall of Fame votes. I think you're a diehard Patriots fan if you're doing that, and you're voting for Adam Vinatieri.
Okay. What about next year when it's Gronk versus Edelman?
Oh, Joe, the decision, just put them both in.
They should.
Yeah, why not? They need to speed this up.
Yeah,
they got too many guys.
You know what? Can we just talk about Logan Mankins for a second?
Sure.
In your opinion, okay, after John Hanna, okay, since the year 2000s, guess who has been the Patriots' best offensive lineman?
Jordan Devey. The best Patriots offensive lineman since John Hanna? Oh, boy, Joe.
I mean, I want to say it was Matt Light.
So it's Mankins, Light, Solder's probably not in the conversation.
I would say Mankins was awesome. I mean, they had some really good centers, man. Damian Woody was really good. Dan Copen was very good.
Yeah, I mean, Logan Mankins is on the 2010 NFL All-Decade team.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. To know what people are going to say about Mankins, though, right? Didn't win.
Yeah, he never won a Super Bowl, Joe.
Never won. You know how Joe Tooney got all this year about, oh, look what he did. No, Logan Mankins was like, could play tackle, though. He really could.
You know who else never won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, Joe?
Randy Moss.
Bill Parcells.
Oh, Bill. Oh.
Just saying.
Oh, do you see these stupid Hall of Fames? Do the Giants have a Hall of Fame? No, they do.
Yeah, like a Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Like who would be like that? Like
Bill Parcells is probably in that.
Oh, he's in there. What about Phil Simms? Because Jeff Hostetler really won.
Phil Simms is probably in there.
In my mind, there's really only a few Hall of Famers that ever played for the Giants. I would say LT, Tiki Barber, I'd probably put in there. Michael Strahan, absolutely. Eli Manning, I'd put in there.
Yeah, definitely. Parcells, Lawrence Taylor, Phil Simms, Michael Strahan, Frank Gifford, Harry Carson.
I put Harry Carson in there.
George Martin, Y.A. Tittle, Sam Huff, Amani Toomer, Tiki Barber.
Ooh, wow, Marnie Toomer made it?
A bunch of guys with leather helmets. Brad Van Pelt, Mark Bavaro, Carl Banks.
Yeah, Mark Bavaro.
Dave Jennings. He's a punter.
Mark Bavaro. Oh, God.
Tom Coughlin, obviously. Justin Tuck, Ernie Accorsi.
Oh, yeah. Justin Tuck was pretty good.
Otis Anderson, Leonard Marshall, Rodney Hampton, Ronnie Barnes.
Okay, Rodney Hampton was good, too.
We're putting punters in now? Oof.
Who'd be the Patriots punter?
Zoltan Mesko? I don't know.
God.
Ken Walters?
Good holder. It's a great holder for Vinatieri. Maybe he'd be the one who, who'd be the guy who inducts out of Vinatieri? Maybe it'd be Ken Walter.
Tom Tupa?
Oh, man. I told you. We played that highlight last week, right? Tom Tupa's the one who threw the ball on the fake punt to Teddy Bruschi that went right through. Literally, guys, you know when you wear the pads and you get like the breastbone pad? It just, you could hear it hit it too. That was Bill Parcells' plan.
Would you like the Patriots all-time punt leader, Joe?
Please.
Rich Camarillo.
No clue.
81 to 87. Second, Ryan Allen.
Who was the one who was an all-pro recently?
Oh, yeah.
Plays for the Dolphins.
The hell was that guy's name?
And then he got, like, didn't he, like, get suspended or something? Some sort of violation happened. Jeez.
Jake Bailey?
Jake Bailey. God, that was brutal. Jim's got a thought on the Bruins. What's up, Jim?
Hey, how you doing? Joe, I want to give you a trade proposal concerning the Bruins. Charlie McAvoy and another player or a draft pick for Mitch Marner.
Well, he's a free agent, isn't he?
Well, he's going to be a free agent, but he's still the property of Toronto until July 1st.
Oh, so they can make the trade before July 1st and then give him the money?
Yeah. Or it would be kind of like a trade and sign, something like that.
Do you think Toronto and Boston would make a move?
I think so. I think it would benefit Toronto a lot. Listen, McAvoy he's not going to be a Norris Trophy winner. He's not great, but he is good. And that's what Toronto needs.
So Toronto would trade a guy that's going to score 40 to 50 goals for a guy that's good in Charlie McAvoy?
Yeah, out of necessity. They're top-heavy offensively. The offense is not the problem with Toronto. They need a solid guy on the back end.
Well, Jim, I like your hockey opinions. This one I don't see happening, but like, why can't Toronto re-sign Marner? Is it just they'll have too many guys making over $10 million?
Yeah, they got Tavares, they got Matthews,
but
they got that other kid.
But wouldn't you try to move on from Tavares in that case?
Well, they do have to make it. Well, that's true. I mean, they do have to make a decision there. But
would you do Tavares for McAvoy?
No.
No,
I wouldn't. They're both the same age. Marner and McAvoy, they're right. Physically, they're right in their primes.
I think Marner's going to get like 14 or 15 million, dude.
Well, McAvoy's getting 10 right now. So you could make a balanced trade if you throw in somebody else.
All right, Jim. Appreciate you. No, I like Jim. I don't know, Skaz. I just don't see the two teams making a deal.
0% chance of that happening.
I also think that Marner is just going to become a free agent.
Minus 220, he re-signs with Toronto right now. Betting favorite.
Is there anybody else? Who's next?
The field is plus 350, and then if you want to bet a specific team, Utah, Vegas, Nashville, Chicago have the best odds.
Chicago. Why would he want to go to one of the... Well, Vegas. Utah?
Tavares also a free agent at the end of the year, so that's not happening either.
The guy I have targeted is Marco Rossi from the Wild. He's restricted. And if you watch the video that Josh created tonight that we shared on Instagram, that was my move of the... He's restricted.
He's also injured, so that's something the Bruins like.
I don't know. I feel like that might be someone realistic, you know? Like Mitch Marner's a pipe dream, right? It's a pipe dream.
Rossi might be too. He's a top 10 pick less than 5 years ago or right around 5 years ago.
I'm at least trying to give you better than Mitch Marner, though.
I like it. I'm in.
And he's restricted, so you'd have to do a trade. And like in that, you wouldn't trade. I mean, I'm just spitballing, but McAvoy's probably off the table in this case.
How are you getting significantly better if you're acquiring Mitch Marner and losing Charlie McAvoy?
Well, the thing with, I think...
That's never going to happen.
I think McAvoy's off the table because of the Lindholm thing. Like, I just think... And he's a pillar. Like, you realistically, Pasternak, McAvoy, Swayman are you three guys. They're you three guys. So trying to unload one of them, it's really just... It's probably not advantageous. Is that a good word? Yeah. Sure. We'll get the final headline of the night. The Giants have a punter in the Hall of Fame. just trying to think of like great punters. Like
Josh goes, how did we catch a stray tonight? Poor Giants fans.
Like, I can't even think of a Patriot punter. Like, yeah, Ken Walter, I thought of him as a holder more than a punter. And then we brought up Zoltan Mesko. Why? Because his name was Zoltan. All right, let's get to the headline here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
right, back here 98.5 The Sports Up. We started Bruins tonight. The Red Sox. Oh, I wanted to mention Red Sox have signed Yasmani Grandal, former All-Star. I don't know if he's washed, but if he can hit a little bit, it might be better than Connor Wong. That guy had like 20 home runs for like a bunch of years in a row. This is what I wanted to get to. Number one, the Colts today released another kicker, Matt Gay, former Pro Bowler with the Rams. The Patriots special teams coordinators who?
Jeremy Springer.
That's where he had his best season, right?
Yep. He was with him in St. Louis, in L.A.
Pro Bowl kicker, 31. Connection to the coaching staff. Sounds like a connection there. How about this one? T.J. Watt put up some deuces on a photo.
Interesting.
Steve Palazzolo of 93.7 The Fan says his trade value would probably be a third-round pick, and he wants a new extension. I was talking to Josh about this. Who's the best player on the Steelers?
It's T.J. Watt.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
DK?
No.
Okay. I think T.J. Watt is the Steelers. He's the favorite to come to New England. Now, the Eagles are on that list. Arizona. Like, there's teams that probably he doesn't want to go to. The reason why I think the Patriots make sense for T.J. Watt, A, there's a spot for him. B, they have the money. And C, they need star power. And isn't it something that they can build on that defense? Then they can use the draft for offense. So, Jalen, who are they looking at all these guys like T.J. Watt, give him the money. T.J. Watt would be the best player in the Patriots.
Does the age and the injury scare you at all?
Not me. No. No. Because, Skaz, it's not my money. But they'd have to game plan for him, huh? Imagine him on the left side. Just another take. I think Stephon Diggs may be ready. I can't really. The only player I can give you that hurt his knee and came back fast was Cam Akers, running back. Kendrick Bourne took him a whole year, 365 days. I watched Stephon Diggs in some videos today. Ooh, boy. I mean, it's just videos.
You look good.
He looked pretty good. So there's your Patriot stuff. Should I mention that Jaylen Brown's been ruled out tomorrow night against the Hornets? So will not be in the 65-game eligibility.
I'm glad we don't have to do that anymore,
Thank
Joe.
God.
I learned more about the All-NBA and the games and the 15-minute exemptions, 20-minute rule all this week. I'm glad that that's over.
So, Magic first round, Pistons second round? I don't want that in the second round, to be honest with you. I think if I had to guess right now, Skaz, me just.
So Joe, you've already got the Pistons beating the Knicks?
Yeah. Sorry, Josh. I don't. Yeah.
You just steamrolled the Knicks right out of the playoffs.
I have the Magic tapping out, the Pistons losing, and the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right, all I'm going to say is I would rather the Knicks not play the Pistons in the first round because the Pistons have nothing to lose. They're young, they're scrappy, they're shifty. I think that it would be a bad matchup for the Knicks. I'd rather play against the Bucks. That's that.
Yeah, Thibodeau's going to get fired. Mike Malone will take over, and they got New York's favorite son, besides Josh, who's from Hartford. All right, thanks, Josh. Thanks, Gaz. Hey, I'm Joe Murray, and this hour of the Sports is brought to you by Valvoline. It's an oil change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 50% off your next drive through oil change at Valvoline. It's an oil change. The official oil change of busy people. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. I'm Joe Murray on the Sports Up.